and all this kind of stuff meant that it really didn't feel like a long take. It felt like it had clear-cut points throughout that opening number. And as I did mention, I really haven't seen camera work like there is in this film coming out of like a big Hollywood studio since, you know, the superhero film era that we are currently in, you know, with the hypercutting and the action. You know, we're in a very action-saturated cinema period of time currently. There's been a lot of films coming out from the big Hollywood studios, you know, your classic like Fox, they don't even do anything anymore. That's beside the point. Like these big studios, they don't really care about the cinematography. The camera's purely just a tool there that they point at the rest of the stuff they care about, that they spend all the time on, and they just get us cinematographers to point a camera at them. And we don't.
Yeah. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, careful. Careful. It's okay. Oh my god, your nose is like tiny now because it's been contoured. Well, it's been highlighted. Just you wait till I add contour. Oh my god, you look like a lesbian.
My heart was just like this that whole time.
Yeah, he does look
I
a bit
really
butch.
hate
You look
things.
like a butch lesbian. It's alright, you're not my type. Look up. Oh, I'm screaming. You actually look like a butch lesbian now. Honestly, whenever the drag queens...
He's my type.
Whenever the queens take off their wigs, I'm
Alright,
like, you
pass
just
it
look like
here.
a butch lesbian now.
Do the fish face.
Can you turn your head so I can see because it's just dark.
I went.
Thank you.
So, hey! I think my eye still looks fine. It just looks different to yours. They're not related.
They're like Texan cousins.
After we've got the sticks, we then have the head, in which case it is this. This is the Manfrotto 502AH. Normally it is without this thing on the bottom. This is a bowl adapter. This is something that allows me to attach it straight to this. This is why I really like this head, and generally enjoy heads that have this feature. It's actually a flat base head, which is how I was able to mount it to traditional photography sticks as opposed to having to have a bowl adapter like this. By attaching this adapter, as I said, it does mean I can attach it to a bowl, which gives the benefit of being able to level the head, which is something that I wasn't easily able to do previously while using this head on a flat base sticks, because I would have to level the tripod based on the height of the three.
James, is that you?
Oh, hey Emily, I didn't see you there.
No, it's all right. How are things? God, it's been ages.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
That's good. Well, anyway, I've got the off,
Yeah.
but it was really nice bumping into you.
Yes, see you.
Yeah.
So, what are my thoughts on the Panasonic GH4? If you've seen my Twitter, you probably will have seen a couple of little sneak previews talking about it. If you look at my Instagram, all of which I'll link down below and probably will be linked around the screen at the moment. This camera's phenomenal. I love this camera, and I'm not just saying that because I own it. If there was serious issues with it, and I will note any issues I found with it during this review, no camera's perfect. This one definitely, it's not perfect. But for what you get for your money, it's phenomenal. This camera, now the GH5's come out, is cheaper, but when I got this, with the lens would have been £1,300. So basically £1,000 and a bit cheaper than the Sony A7S Mark II and A7S, and that's a couple hundred cheaper than the A7Rs. The closest competitor that I can see in a similar price range that achieves, the 4K video, all this kind of stuff, at time of release, or before pre-GH.
Okay. You're like, I'm never going back.
Okay.
What would you like to use next?
This.
Okay, what is that?
I have not a clue. Is it contour?
It is!
Was I right? Is it that brush?
Yes, it's an angled brush for contour. That's technically a blush, but it's just a nicer brown to use on the cheekbones.
I see.
Because I don't like an orangey colour, because then it just looks orange. So we're going for pantomime contour, I see. It sometimes helps to pinch the brush. What I do that. So it's a line.
Oh, okay.
And then I blend it out with the rest of the brush. Yay!
We are looking at some variable ND filters. I just got these very recently for both of my current lenses that I have in my Panasonic GH4. This is a 46mm variable ND from K plus F on Amazon, and this is a 58mm version for my 14 to 140mm lens. About £12-13 each on Amazon, that's GBP. Not sure what they are anywhere else, but they're fairly cheap. Little ND filters, the variable, which is great. I'll be going into further depth throughout the video, but those are what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to start with some tests with a little bit of me talking over it, and then I'll go into showing the operation and a little bit of a closer look at the filters themselves. So yeah, let's begin.
Will that be...
No, they won't be in the shot, would they?
Well, I could do a two-shot. I'd have to do a two-shot.
I can sit on my knee. It's fine.
Well, if it's Joel sat on my knee, I was about to say if it was Molly, no, she's definitely not sitting on me. I can't take Molly as well. Yeah, I think you take. Yeah. Oh no, that would be fun to film that one. Just Molly. As you can tell, these podcasts are going to be incredibly casual.
Yeah.
As Lewis mentioned, that we will be talking gaming. For any of you people that do pay attention to the gaming stuff. If you watch the Achievement Hunter channel, Rooster Teeth, that company stuff, the Off Topic podcast, it's basically it's not off topic. We do have topics, but it's going to be very casual and laid back, much like that podcast is. So.
Plus, I think, in some aspects we do play the same games, but we're kind of like, we go for different angles. So I'm not necessarily like a serious gamer, especially not at the moment, but I like kind of I don't know, like I've wrote on the list there like Wipeout and Sonic, so you can see how my gaming kind of likes and dislikes differ from Matthew's. So you'll get different angles and things like that, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
I suppose with no further ado, I suppose we should actually get on with some topics now that we've been talking for.
Balls up introduction there.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't have a time how long we've been recording for. But yeah, it's been a little while since we've done one of these.
Yeah, we've
busy.
been a busy bunch, haven't we? Uni and other things amongst those. But yeah, it's been a fairly busy summer. I'm quite happy with myself doing something instead of just sitting about and waking up at like 1 PM. So it's been alright, really.
I suppose we should actually start a show.
Yeah.
We've been rambling on for.
Beautiful as that intro was.
Yeah. We're already like 5 minutes into the recording on one of the cameras. So.
Right.
Let's begin with recently the Spider-Man Homecoming review went out. We're going to be talking about Spider-Man in a bit. So that was a very quick and dirty review, to be honest. It was like I just sat in front of the webcam and rambled about Spider-Man for, I think the actual length of footage was pushing on an hour. Jesus. And I cut it down to like 18 minutes or something.
Was
so.
that after?
Yeah.
We need to dedicate it. You
Just
don't
a little
want
animated
to do
intro.
this.
I'm gonna make an animated one for the podcast at some point.
Do an open like welcome back. Don't do a
Yeah.
sort of hi guys. It's podcast time. It's
So welcome to week 3 of the RF podcast. As you can see with the second camera, we have Joe this time.
Yeah, I finally decided to drag my ass out of bed and come along.
Yeah. So slightly different setup to normal. Me and Lewis are a bit closer.
A little bit closer.
Yeah. Not
Almost
sure at all what the audio for us sounds like.
Yes.
Because as you,
Maybe by the end of it,
yeah,
you stay tuned all the way through.
hopefully.
Yes.
That's for the post show. But yeah. Before we get on to anything, Joe, what the fuck have you been up to? Unrelated to the film, which is quite possible, as I do tend to talk a lot. But with no further ado, let's crack on with this review. It's going to be a slightly different structure to the La La Land review, where I kind of broke down key elements. So I went through cinematography, editing and such, and broke it down very much almost like an essay style for like college. A similar kind of breakdown to how I did that stuff. For this, I'm going to kind of just talk about key plot points, and I will hit things like the cinematography, editing and such within those key points of the plot. This does mean, of course, that this is a spoiler-filled review. This is a spoiler review. If you have not seen the film, go watch it. Then come back to this. You can click down below and hit the button to add this to your watch later. If you do not want anything spoiled, do not watch this until you have seen the movie. That is your only warning. Let's go on with this review. First and foremost, Tom Holland. As many of you will probably have heard by now, he's loved by pretty much everybody, including critics and fans of both the comics and the MCU. He is a wonderful Peter Parker. But yeah, no, it was a good week away. It was a hell of a drive down there, but it was definitely worth going. The weather was for God's sake, Joe. The weather was glorious. Got quite a lot of photos, got a video that's going to be coming out next week. You can check my Instagram, Facebook page for a lot of the photography. They're going up slowly over the course of the coming weeks. So yeah, that's also an explanation for why we missed a week, because I was away and the internet there was nowhere near good enough to even attempt to do a podcast. So yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's that covered. We are right around the corner from shooting the Silence from the Coppers film that we mentioned in the past. The script has a couple of revisions that need doing, but it's essentially there. We've got filming dates vaguely planned.
I'm in charge of planning that right now.
Yes.
So I've got a lovely task after this to sit here for probably an hour and sort that out and make sure everything works. And after that I've got to make some more emails.
It's getting dark.
This is where that's for.
Where has you gone now?
Fucking hell, man.
Don't freak out.
Dude, this is fucking serious. This is really fucking serious if she's gone missing.
It's just a joke. It's not our fault.
It is! It is entirely our
It
fault.
was a joke. She overreacted, man.
Just keep going. Okay. You guys go that way and we'll meet up if we don't find her.
Alright.
Okay.
Let's do a search. See you there.
Eleanor!
Anna! She's like actually dead now.
It's a bit ominous. Eleanor?